answer. This guy rocks. David Shapiro. He could be anywhere. He is from a real estate family that could be doing real estate, but he said, no, I'm going to lead mentorship at a series of nonprofits, and I'm going to take one of the most important institutions of the last few centuries and take it to the next level. Can you tell us why the YMCA is more than just a song?
Everybody needs a guy who makes them sound better than they really are. Thank you, John. And thank you all for being here and choosing community.
No, I need
Oh, you need that?
No,
you need
gotta
that back?
put your code in.
Oh, I got to put my code in for him. There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Unlock the code. 7754. So
Okay,
now
all right.
anybody can get
It's now
Secrets
recorded.
of the Y. Why is the YMCA more than a song? I mean, I think one of the things, first of all, we may not mention AI for 7 minutes, so I hope that's okay with everybody in the audience. And thank you for choosing community here. The why in a lot of ways is an old idea that's sort of new again and constantly reinventing itself. It was born 175 years ago. The first Y in America is on Huntington Ave. Thank you for the fist bump. And it was really meant to be a front porch to America. And a year ago, we invented day services for Haitian newcomer families who were in overnight shelters who had nowhere to go at 7 a.m. Once again, a front porch to America. We have been a solution for working families for 6,000 kids a day that are in our care, and we're a social problem solver. And I think more than anything right now, we sort of are trying to answer back the headwinds that have us sold on a frictionless kind of economy and frictionless convenience that has us not getting into good friction with each other, the kind of community we're seeing in the World Cup, that we're reminded again and again that we actually like being together, that our civic pride means something, and that experiencing something singular together like today is an uplifting experience, whether that's at the gym or watching a World Cup game.
All right, so this is a digital tattoo. What do you want to happen for the Ys long into the future when you're not around?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Ys have to be better than ever at three things: at access, invitation, and connection. Because again, there's more things that have been monetized that are pulling us apart. I have great faith in the monetization of anything to do its thing in the economy. It will. The question is, can we, in the face of that, call people together with a stronger force? I think often of watching a young man sort of panicked at Chipotle trying to figure out how to do a face-to-face order. And I asked him what was going on. And he said, I've never ordered from a counter before. And it just made me think about that experience, right? We are, in many ways, creatures of our own environment. And so more and more, as we get sold on, and there are solutions that keep us from interacting with each other, we just need practice. And in a lot of ways, I hope the Y is doubling down on inviting people into each other's lives, inviting people into health and wellness, and inviting people into diverse community so that they get to experience that, which at the end of the day, what's the most talked about thing when people die? Relationships. It's been studied in every obituary study in prior times.
So Y has the word youth in it. And today, people may have multiple careers. Gray-haired people are useful. How are you factoring in the community that's over 25 being part of the future of the Y?
Yeah, I mean, 100,000 people will go to the Y today in Greater Boston, and they'll be pretty segmented, pretty evenly between 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, and then it gets a little smaller for obvious reasons at 75 to 100. But we're containers for community. That's all we are. We're palaces for the people. And so it's our job to make sure that folks are invited into those spaces, because it's very hard to invite diverse sets of people into the same spaces and make them all feel equal ownership and equal pride. And so it's a lot to make someone who's 90 feel just as comfortable in a Y as someone who's 8, who's dropped off for the first time. And how they coexist with each other is the incredible opportunity that we have. So, Young Men's Christian Association is in the name. I'm a Jewish guy running it. So clearly some of the things are outdated.
Did they know when they hired?
I don't know if they knew. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Shapiro can be a very misleading name.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. When a factory closes and people lose their job in the community, if a loved one dies, if there's a shooting in the neighborhood that sends ripples effects, how is the Y the first line of defense to help people have hope when they're tough times? And those are just a few examples. But talk to me about like what you're doing in Brockton and in Springfield, in these neighborhoods that, you know, might not be the easiest moments.
Yeah, I mean, I want to respond to that. I also want to say that we're one of the few places that are serving Roxbury, Reading, Woburn, and Chinatown at the same time. So there's something incredibly universal about the human condition going on, as much as we try to figure out what's different about our neighborhoods and our schools and all our institutions. Everybody needs childcare. Everybody needs a place to work out. Everybody, you know, is eventually seeking some sort of community and refuge and sanctuary. But ultimately, I think the question is, what credibility are you building in moments? Like right now, you see the police department, and you probably saw some work we're doing in Hunger. Right now, we're planning for the summer with the police department, giving the police department tools like free memberships for teens, so they're talking to kids about positive things, getting camper scholarships for kids, and planning Boston After Dark, because we don't need to wait for like a viral moment where everybody's going to start saying the kids aren't busy, the kids don't have places to go, to create those places now, and to create the relationships that give them the refuge.
I got a last question for you.
Yeah, please.
You haven't heard this, and I may surprise you. So
you always do.
Yeah. No, I mean, with all these IPOs, there are going to be 1,000 billionaires made overnight. If someone gave you $100 billion to run the Y in New England, what the hell would you do with that? And what would your legacy be? And let's get this on tape so it happens, and maybe it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Go.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I would do is try to figure out how you make health, wellness, and community as convenient as possible for people. So it's not a luxury of disposable time. So it's as accessible as everything, whether it's food, nutrition, health, wellness, community,
not
and
big
access
enough.
to each
Think
other.
a few more orders of magnitude.
I mean,
that's okay, but that's a B.
Yeah.
You're an Amherst guy. Come on.
I'd make sure everybody lived within a few miles of a Y, so I'd make sure we had Ys all around, and I'd make sure we could deliver them to people, and that we had relationships so that it was frictionless to get into Ys and into community. That'd be my vision.
Who loves that this guy's running the Y? Ladies and gentlemen, David Shapiro. His dad may have brought us Cal Ripken. His brother may run the national baseball team of Canada, but he runs our Ys. I love this guy.